Hello, my name is Papa Potatis and I like to react to things sometimes. And today we're gonna check very unfortunate deaths. Amazingly stupid deaths, honestly. There's a web page. There's a site called Darwin Awards. And we're gonna go through all the crazy deaths that people have gone through. And yeah, I'm just gonna read them aloud for you. So let's get into it. This amazingly stupid death is called Death of Dracula. It's the first death that we have here on the Darwin Awards. It's unconfirmed, so who knows if this happened. It's called vintage, so it dates back to 93 maybe. A college student costumed himself as Dracula for Halloween. As a finishing touch, he put a pine board down the front of his shirt so he could realistically sink a knife into the board and pretend he was transfixed by a vampire-killing stake. He didn't consider the strength of the thin pine board when he tapped the knife in with a hammer. Oh. Propelled by the force of the hammer, the sharp blade split the soft wood and buried itself in his heart. He staggered from his dorm room into the Halloween party, gasping, "I really did it!" before succumbing. Okay, this is horrible. I can't believe, but this is the Darwin Awards, so it's people that are extremely stupid that do this, but that they did it. And then he said, "I really did it." What did that mean? It like has someone said to him that like, "I think that you're gonna die a gruesome death where you just kill yourself." Oh, this was horribly stupid. I can't believe. Okay, I can't be saying it too much because all these deaths are. I can't believe it happened. So, yeah, poor dude. I wonder if he got help or if people just walk around him. Maybe he just bled out and everybody was like, "Dave, that's great. You're so fun, Dave. Great costume, Dave. Are you coming, Dave? Huh?" Okay, let's leave it at that. To the next story. Whoop. The next story we're gonna read is also a vintage one. It's from 1878. It's confirmed true, actually. So this is a verified true story. It had 6.2 in score. No, 3.2, sorry. And with about 1,200 votes. This one is called A Murderous Affair. This is regarding Douglas H. Baxter's great-great-great-grandmother's uncle, William Paget. The first article sets the stage. The second details his innovative way of killing himself. So, first article. 31st of July, 1878, England. William, better known as Old Bill Paget, appeared before Justice Brown Saturday, charged with attempting to discharge a loaded gun with intent to kill Chas Marsham, for whom he worked upon a farm. The examination showed that on Thursday, Bill became angered at Marshman and drew a rifle on him and pulled the trigger. But the cap failed to explode. Marshman struck Bill with a stick of wood and his fists and drove him off to the barn, where some parties took the gun away from him and he fled to the woods, where he was found by officer. Bill is not a very handsome or pleasant-looking man when he is all right, and the beating he received had not added to his personal charms. He looked as though he had tempted death by tickling the hindfoot of a healthy mule. Oh. It was shown that Bill did not know the gun was loaded. He, having set it away unloaded, and Marshman had loaded it, unbeknownst to him. Oh, that's interesting. So, the one that held the gun did not know that it was a loaded gun. He was held for assault and battery, and on Monday a trial by jury was held. The jury brought in a verdict of not guilty. Okay, interesting. 1st of February 1887. So this is about 10 years later, a little bit more, 11 years maybe? No, 9 years, by the way. 9 years later. James and William Paget were of the first who commenced the settlement of this town and voted at this first election. They settled a few miles from the village near a stream, which has since been called after them. Bear Trap Falls on this same steam came by its name in the following way. A few of their neighbors constructed what is called a deadfall, or primitive bear trap, built in the form of a figure 4. Figure 8 is like this, like an 8. So what is a figure 4? Is it just a square one? Whatever, let's move on. Primitive bear trap built in the form of a figure 4 with a heavy piece of timber made sharp on one side to fall upon and hold any large animal when caught under it. A heavy piece of timber made sharp on one side to don't understand fully. This was in the autumn of 1800. One morning, William Paget, while alone, examined the trap to see if it was adjusted correctly. It was. For the sharp log fell and imprisoned the unfortunate man, and several hours elapsed before anyone came to his release. He was taken out, still alive, that's wonderful, called for a drink of water, which was brought to him in a hat from the stream nearby, when he drank it and immediately expired. Hooga! I'm saying hooga, damn, that's horrible. But I don't get it. I don't understand. Why did they have the first article? The second one was the juicy one. Oh well. Like I'm guessing that when they put the pole out of him, they actually started the bleeding, so that he was dying slowly, and then they made him die faster when it came to pulling out the stake. Like, so that's excruciating. That's a lesson for everybody there. If something gets stuck in you, like a knife or something sharp, do not pull it out. Make sure that a professional pulls it out, like at the hospital. So if your mother is like, we gotta get the knife out of him, smack that mama, because she is trying to kill you more than the knife. And like like a mom, if she killed her son, she would be even more sad. Okay, lovely. Let's go on to the next. The next one is a short one. It had a score of 5.1 with 2,024 votes, I think. It's from 1993. It says it's a Darwin Awards runner-up. This one is called Deadly Reading Habits. This is gonna be weird, I'm feeling it. Set the stage. March 1993, Florida. A 24-year-old salesman from Hialeah was killed near Lantana in March when his car smashed into a pole in the median strip of Interstate 95 in the middle of the afternoon. Police said that the man was traveling at 80 miles per hour, and judging by the sales manual that was found open and clutched to his chest, he had been busy reading. Oh no! Oh no! This poor man, he is driving at a mind-boggling speed of 80 miles per hour, reading a sales manual. This dude, 24-year-old. Oh, this is such a stupid mistake. By the way, this reminds me, I'm gonna tell that later. I love that he oh my god, it's a very interesting thing. I find it so interesting that he's drinking and texting. No, he's not drinking. He's just he's not texting either. He's reading while he's driving the car. I had a friend once. Okay, I'm not gonna mention names, but I might have to give her a shout out. She was driving, and while she was driving, she was putting on her makeup. And guess what happened? I love this bit, by the way. Flipped her car, ran into the forest after putting on her makeup. So please do not drive and read or do other stuff. Keep your eyes on the road. And to my sister, who recently got her driver's license, stick to the road, biatch. Like, eyes on the road. Do not multitask. I love you. Keep everyone safe. Whew, that was a short one, but it evoked something in me. Let's move on. So, next one has 5.7 in score with 1,400 votes about. It's called Hurricane Hangover, and it's from 1969. Right. Whew. let's get back to it. This one is called Hurricane Hangover. So, this is gonna be fun. It's in August 1969. That's when I was born. Whoop, whoop. On August 15th, oh my god, that's 3 days from my birthday. I'm born the 18th of August. Oh, I'm gonna love this story. August 1969. On August 15th, 1969, Hurricane Camille claimed 143 victims along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Most were guilty only of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, unlike 20 who perished while attending a beachfront hurricane party. Oh. Despite evacuation warnings delivered by earnest emergency teams, their festivities continued unabated. The partygoers defiantly declared that the concrete foundation and the second floor location and the second floor location of their party provided plenty of protection from the impending hurricane. The second floor, like concrete, and then, oh, but we're on the second floor. So there's like, stupid. The top roof is just gonna fly away. My God. Their confidence proved to be tragically misplaced when a 24-foot wave slammed into the apartment, destroying the building and subjecting the partiers to gale force winds and violent ocean surges. Most of these hurricane worshippers were killed. A few survivors were swept miles away, sheeted from a Darwin Award by the capricious hand of fate. That was amazing. This is the stupidity that I want. And 20 people who partied, like I like that some of them also survived. Okay, this is not nice of me, but oh my god, this is kismet. This is so stupid. I love it. Going to parties and just partying till death do you apart. That's the way I would like to go. Is that how Cleopatra did it? Cleopatra partied a lot and had some gay lovers. Bi lovers? Whatever. She liked to party. Oh, this one gave me life. This one was great. And close to my birthday also. Whoop, whoop. So the next one, it has 6.2 in score with 1,600 votes. It's called Fish Gag and is from 1992. This is unconfirmed, so we don't know if this happened, but okay. Zambia. A solo fishing expedition near Livingstone in Zambia turned into a tragedy when 28-year-old Harris Simvaba was choked to death by a live fish, which accidentally slid and lodged itself into his throat. Whew! Simvaba hooked the fish from the Chungu River 16 kilometers east of Livingstone, the Zambian media reported yesterday. When he tried to bite the fish to death, oh my gosh, it slid down his throat. Simvaba tried to hook out the fish with a stick, but he pushed it further down his throat instead. Oh, horrible. Simvaba, you got a fish in your throat. And what did you try to hook it out with a stick? Oh my god, but he pushed it further down his throat instead. Villagers going to their fields on Sunday morning found his body sprawled on the ground with a stick dangling from his mouth. The fish came out when one of the villagers pulled the stick out of Simvaba's mouth. Oh, so he almost had it. Like, it could have gotten out. So, no way. Oh, poor Simvaba. 28-year-old, I don't know. He should have known better, honestly. Like, shouldn't he? Shouldn't he have known better? This was a lot. This was a lot, you guys. Whoo! Fun though. Okay, this one gagged me. You see what I did there? Let's move on. So the next one has a 7.5 in score with 766 votes. This one is called Pancake, Pantry, Thief from 1992. Set the scene. 1992, Tennessee. Nashville's Pancake Pantry restaurant is well known throughout the music industry, not only for its great pancakes, but for its star-studded clientele as well. It is not uncommon for the pantry's sidewalk to be littered with long lines of customers waiting for breakfast and the chance to see a famous country star dining there. Ooh. The man involved in this story may linger longer in our memories than the average country singer's career. It seems one of the Pancake Pantry employees, noting how successful the place was, thought it would be a perfect place to rob. Early one morning, he climbed on the roof and reached the exhaust chute that hangs over the pantry's large flat grill. Okay, so here we have a grill and then above it we have an exhaust chute. I see it. Okay, upon inspection, the perpetrator realized that he couldn't negotiate the tight passage fully dressed, so he couldn't go down fully dressed. He disrobed and slid down the exhaust chute naked. This was the last thing he ever did. Oh, he is naked there. He took off all his clothes and now he is as God made him. Imagine the surprise of the opening crew for the restaurant that morning. As they prepared for the morning's breakfast, they were horrified to find a pair of legs dangling just inches from the griddle. What happened to our would-be villain? Well, it seems the chute was so tight that there was no room for error. As he slid down the chute, he slipped and caught his own arm under his shin. Wait, so he was like, shoo, shoo, shoo. Then he slipped and like, oh wow. What? That's insane. So his arm is under his shin and his arm is stuck somehow. Okay. He slipped and caught his own arm under his shin where he stuck. He died by suffocating himself. Paul Bordenkircher says, I share this story not because I heard it third hand or even second hand. I report it because I saw it on the local TV news, including a full video of the grisly discovery hanging above the pantry's famous griddle. Wait, okay, this dude it's submitted by Paul Bordenkircher and he's saying that like he saw it on the news, but it is unconfirmed by Darwin Awards. So yeah, okay, I guess that but this could be like what the first case of like Reddit stories that are fake, you know? Oh my god, I love the old internet, honestly. This could be fakery that I actually believe. I believe this much more than the stuff that comes up on Reddit that is just AI. Honestly, this was very yeah. So he's like taking off his clothes there in the chimney, like feeling himself like, oh, I'm naked and I'm gonna steal everything. And then he's like doing some moves, whoop, 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 and just over. That was very great. Love this story. Some nudity and death. Who doesn't like that? Let's move on. Next one has 7.5 with about 7,000 votes. It's a shorty, but it seems like it's a goodie. It's called Midnight Special from 1992, and this is confirmed true by Darwin. Okay. Set the scene. 21st of December, 1992. My little brother was 2 years old by that time. FYI. 21st of December 1992, North Carolina. Ken Charles Barger, 47, accidentally shot himself to death in December in Newton when, awakening to the sound of a ringing telephone beside his bed, he reached for the phone but grabbed instead a Smith & Wesson 38 Special, which discharged when he drew it to his ear. That is insane. Oh my god. Okay, kids, keep your guns away from your phone. Like if you, but that must have happened in modern time also, or maybe not with smartphones because you click them, you don't pull them. So he would, he thinks it's the phone and he's like, herp, what? What insanity. I understand why this one was highly voted. This is so, I don't know, it's less stupid if I can be honest. It's not super stupid. It's just so unfortunate because he wasn't awake. Poor man wasn't even awake. So, like, what can you do? Wow. Wow. That was amazing. Let's move on. The next one is also 7.7. What was it? It's 7.7. I can't remember the last one. My memory is short. It has about 1,600 votes, I think. This one is called In a Pig's Eye from 1991, and it's confirmed true. It's a long one, guys, so buckle up, but we're getting progressively better stories, so this one is gonna be worth your while. Set the stage. 4th of July, 1991. 3 Eton folks died on the evening of July 4th. James, Billy, and Ashley were killed early Friday morning after their blue Ford pickup rolled over on Country Road 24. Hogs and alcohol were contributing factors to the accident. Okay. We found several beer cans in and around the scene, said Sheriff Andrew Watson. The driver had a blood alcohol content twice the legal limit. The events unfolded like this. The 3 men spent the national holiday drinking. Later that evening, they were struck with sudden cravings for pork chops. They were popping off fireworks when Jimmy said they ought to get something to eat, reported Billy's girlfriend Emma. At 11 p.m., they drove 10 miles to a pig farm intent of stealing a hog. One of the men scaled the fence and tied the end of a rope to a plump quadruped. Oh, that quadruped, they just mean a 4-legged animal. Jesus, whoever wrote this likes big words. The other 2 men started pulling on the 400 LB beast. I don't know. What is LB? English. 400 lilobytes? Whatever. The stress of a struggling hog was too much for the 6-foot chain-link fence, and a 14-foot section collapsed loudly, startling the other hogs into a stampede. I was asleep when I heard this god-awful noise, explained John Wilson, owner of the farm. I ran out of the house with my shotgun and shot off both barrels in the air, bam, and yelled at them to get on out. The friends loaded up their stolen pig, they did that at least, okay, in a flash, tied the rope to the truck and sped down the country road in excess of 90 miles an hour. Unfortunately, they forgot to buckle their seatbelts, but the pig was strapped in. Oh, good that the pig is strapped in. We hate animal violence. 3 miles down the road, the hog began making a commotion in the back of the pickup truck, causing the vehicle to swerve wildly. That threw the pig from the back of the truck, and it was dragged along the dirt road for about half a mile. No, I said no violence to piggies. And now they're like pulling it along the road. Distracted, the driver hit a soft shoulder. I guess it's a bump. And the truck rolled 40 feet, ejecting all 3 men from the vehicle and killing them. The victims were discovered at 5 a.m. by a passing motorist. Police caution motorists to drive sensibly on dirt roads, wear seatbelts, and refrain from drinking while driving. The pig lived. Hallelujah! 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 The pig lived! That's amazing. I did not think that the pig would live, but it did. Oh my, I'm so happy about that. That was the biggest one there. Like, I was like, is the pig gonna live? Whoa, this was for pork chops, and they decided to steal a hog. This was in 91. But it was late during the evening on July 4th. Everything was closed. Okay. Honestly, they kinda deserved it. I'm happy that the pig lived. Okay, let's move on. Soon we're done with all the vintage ones. Whoop, whoop. So, this next one has 7.8 in score with 2,200 votes. So, this seems like an interesting one. Rather long one also. Woohoo! This one is called Priapism Takes a Penis. What does priapism mean? Okay, guys, priapism is a condition where you have an erection that is super long and super painful. So, this is gonna be fun. So, let's set the stage. Priapism Takes a Penis from 1988. Let's go. Doctors warn of a dangerous new method of cocaine abuse. Ooh. Injecting the drug directly into the urinary tract. Physicians from New York Hospital Cornell Medical Center reported the case of a 34-year-old man who suffered severe bleeding under the skin after pumping cocaine into his urethra. Urethra is the hole in the pee-pee. Woo! It led to complications that destroyed his penis, 9 fingers, and part of his leg. Holy. Guys, don't do drugs. Woo! They filled an eyedropper or a syringe with a cocaine solution and injected it into the penis. Wah! Said Dr. Samuel Perry, a professor of clinical psychiatry. The man had injected cocaine before intercourse in an effort to enhance sexual performance. He was admitted to the hospital because his penis had remained erect for 3 days. Whoa! That's insane! Resulting in a painful inability to urinate. The medical term for a prolonged erection is priapism. Now we know that. On his 3rd day in the hospital, the man's erection suddenly subsided. Over the next 12 hours, blood leaked into the tissues of his feet, hands, genitals, back, and chest. Like from the pee-pee, from the penis, blood flowed everywhere in his body. Woo! Blood coagulation caused tissues to die over large areas of the patient's body, and he was transferred to the burn unit of New York Hospital Cornell Medical Center. Doctors there were forced to amputate the man's legs above the knee and all but one of his fingers to stop the spread of gangrene. So gangrene is when your body, like your fingers and stuff are dying, so you have to stop it so it doesn't spread. The patient's penis fell off by itself. Ooh, ooh. That's the most insane to pump cocaine in your penis and then having it fall off by itself. Oh wow. The man is currently recovering in a rehabilitation facility. Men who inject cocaine into the penis report that it gives them a sexual high. Drug abuse treatment experts have previously reported external use of cocaine as sexual stimulant. Cocaine powder is rubbed onto the surface of the genital organs by both men and women in an effort to halt premature ejaculation. Why? Why can't I say this word? To halt premature ejaculation or improve sexual sensations. We report this case to alert clinicians to this new method of cocaine abuse and to describe its rare and previously unreported complications, the doctors concluded. Oh, that was insane. Who does that? Who would ever, like, I've heard about it, that I know that like cocaine gives you more sexual, like you become more sexual, but this, what? In the what? That's insanity. Insanity! Like injecting into the penis? I don't get it. Like these things that people sometimes do, I am hoping that it's giving them insane amounts of pleasures because it doesn't seem worth it at all. At all! We have some reader comments. Priapism takes a penis, makes me think of you and that damned Viagra. Frightening. This should be posted in all bars, schools, and all other places. This one is good. A hard way to go. Hard to imagine. Killer hard on. Okay, good. Nice little comments. Hopefully we get more. Let's go for the last one of the vintage Darwin Awards. We're soon done. Yay! So, this is the top story of vintage Darwin Awards. This one has 8.4 in score and 3,592 votes. This one is called Wrong Time, Wrong Place. Let's set the scene. 3rd of February, 1990, Washington. The following mind-boggling attempt at a crime spree appeared to be the robber's first try due to his lack of previous record of violence and his terminally stupid choices as follows. Number 1. His target was H&J Leather and Firearms. In other words, a gun shop. 2. The shop was full of customers. Customers buying firearms, so they probably had firearms. Jesus. 3. To enter the shop, the robber had to step around a marked police patrol car parked at the front door. So, yeah, there is a patrol car at the front door and he just keeps going in. Hoga. 4. A uniformed officer was standing at the counter having a coffee before work. So we have the police in there. Upon entering the premises, the would-be robber announced a hold-up. Hold up! Hands in the air! And fired a few wild shots. The officer and clerk promptly returned fire. Covered by several customers who also drew their guns, thereby removing the confused criminal from the gene pool immediately. No one else was hurt. That's insane. What a dumbass. And this is confirmed true by Darwin, so we don't have to wonder if this happened. This happened. Don't rob gun shops. Honestly, and if you're gonna do a robbery, keep your eyes open. You have to be more of, what's his name? Luigi Maggione. More like that. At least that's a trial. This guy was just removed from everything. Woo! I can't believe it. So this was the vintage ones. Okay. I think that we're gonna end the episode at that. So let's see how this goes. I'm probably gonna read from the 94 and 95 and stuff also. So let's keep this going. This was a lot of fun. This is something that this had a huge impact on me when I was reading it back in the. I think that I was reading this maybe 98 or 99. This was the first Reddit. Yeah, honestly, I'm that old that I actually know. I was there when this page was created, Darwin Awards. This is one of my favorite web pages, so I'm so happy to be reading these again. I'm hoping I have this favorite story about a bus. So some foreshadowing. I'm hoping that we're getting it soon because that's one of my favorite stories. The bus and a chimney. Yeah. From today, yeah, sound off in the comments what was your favorite story. For me, I think it was the guy that was going down the chimney, had to get undressed, and then got stuck and choked himself. It sounds like a good night, honestly. It sounds like party. Enjoyed that a lot. Okay, enough chattering, subscribe, all that jazz. Bye. Bye.